Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show. In a shocking incident, fraudsters allegedly used a fake PAN card, Aadhaar details of various celebrities, including MS Dhoni, Sachin Tendulkar, Hritik Roshan, Abhishek Bachchan, Madhuri Dixit, to dupe banks by over 50 lakhs. Now, in today's digital age where almost everything is stored digitally, how can you protect yourself from getting scammed? How can you keep sensitive personal information like your Aadhaar card or your PAN card details safe? Let's understand all of this with Ritesh Bhatia, Cybercrime Investigator and founder of Web Security. Ritesh, good evening and welcome to the show. Clearly, this is a huge, shocking incident that's taken place, and reports also say that this activity has impacted CIBIL score or credit score of all these personalities as well. What's the modus operandi, if you can just quickly explain us this first?
Okay, Kavita, once again, thank you so much for having me on the show. Kavita, the modus operandi was pretty simple. The GSTIN number of all these people, of these celebs like Dhoni and other people, were already there on the internet. Somehow the fraudsters managed to get the GSTIN details. Now, with the GSTIN details, it's very clear to get your PAN number because the first is the state code followed by the PAN card number. So they got the PAN card. Now they needed the date of the birth. Uh, so they got the birth date also from Google because for all these celebs, in fact, forget celebs, for every individual, the birth date is like, easily accessible from social media and other places. And especially for celebs on Wiki and all, on Wikipedias and all, you easily get these date of births. So they had this with both the details, the PAN details get completed. And now they forged the PAN card with the details of these people and the face of themselves, of the fraudsters. And they did the similar thing with the Aadhaar card as such. And they changed the address to their Aadhaar card. And now they found this vulnerability on one particular app, which was actually disbursing these credit cards online. So they were more like e-cards, but in some cases they also send these cards to these physical addresses. And so, in short, this is the modus operandi because the system that was doing the KYC and everything could not. I mean, the algorithm doesn't know that. Okay, there is an Amitabh Bachchan, or there is an Abhishek Bachchan, there is a Tendulkar, or there is a Dhoni. It just goes by the PAN card details and then it just verifies it and it gives it off. So this was kind of the modus operandi for this particular thing, Kavita.
Sure. So, Ritesh, now, although there have been 5 arrests made in this particular case, but then this can happen to anyone. It can happen to you, it can happen to
Right.
me. It's very important for us
Absolutely.
to keep our Aadhaar and PAN kind of details safely, which is also a very big question mark. So, what should be the way ahead? Now, this is absolutely alarming, but what should be the steps taken from our end?
I think, more than our end, it is the intermediaries who really need to do something about it. And it is also like now, our PAN cards and Aadhaar cards, I think they are all across because at every place is required. I think they need to step up. Like firstly, had they scanned the QR code of the Aadhaar, they would have realized, okay, these are all the fake details. So, again, we need not use Aadhaar card as an identity mechanism, but it is meant to use for authentication and verification, and that can be done by scanning the QR code. So I think that was something that was very important. Other thing is, as far as we are concerned, when we are storing it on our devices, we should store it in an app vault, or better, use the government services. Like we have an M Aadhaar and we have DigiLocker. DigiLocker is quite solid, it's quite encrypted. So I think we should store all our sensitive documents, especially the Aadhaar and the PAN card, in the DigiLocker app. And even an Aadhaar, if you want it, you should download the masked Aadhaar, the one with the virtual ID, so that even if somebody gets it, they're not able to see that. So, and it is just a masked one, and or with the virtual ID. And this is how we can prevent to some extent. Otherwise, also we need to make sure, when we are just on random websites, when it's asking for a PAN number or Aadhaar number, I think we should refrain from them, especially when, they say, okay, we want to check your CIBIL score and things like that. I think we should refrain from giving, because many of the sites don't even ask for it. All they just need it is your like a mobile number. They will send you an OTP. So it's very important
fact
to
that someone
keep
is
checking.
asking for your PAN and Aadhaar details, that's automatically a red flag which one should be careful of. Slightly
Yes.
pressed on time, Ritesh, but then last question to you. If you're a victim of this particular fraud or a scam is happening to you, what should be your immediate step?
I think firstly, immediately you need to call up 1930.
Sure.
Secondly, you need to go to the police station. Third thing, you need to inform the banks. And again, check your CIBIL, just go onto your CIBIL score, see where the card has been issued, who is the issuer, and contact the issuer immediately if something like this similar happens, Kavita.
All right, Ritesh, that'll be all. Thank you so much for being on the show today and helping our viewers with all of this. On that note, let's take a quick break, and post that, let's get your financial portfolio checked by Feroz Aziz.